Hello, my name is Kathleen West, and today I'm going to demonstrate my Web API Basic Authentication demo project. This video will just show you what I made in the project. I'm not going to discuss any architecture or detailed coding. My project blog article goes into that, and you could see the code references on that article site and on GitHub. So this is a Visual Studio solution that you can download off GitHub to see what I've done here. I've got two main projects, a Web API service project and a client tester project. I've already started running in release mode, and I'm going to show you the basic ASP.NET Web API page. I am not doing an MVC demo today, so no fancy web pages to show. However, I am going to demo that I went ahead and configured the custom API help page. So this is very important step of any Web API project, is to configure your application to show documentation for your Web API. So this will allow the user or the consumer to be able to learn more about your Web API and how to consume it and program it on their own client. There's a few steps in order to do that, and you also have to document it in your code as well, XML documentation. But we're going to go ahead and discuss and see the project up and running. So this is the service running, and I went ahead and made a client. This is just a simple Windows Forms application, and what it does is it connects to both the registration and values controller. I'm going to go ahead and say get all, and you'll notice when I do get all, it just calls the get all values, get the entire collection of values here. Let's go back and show it to you. So I'd like to walk through some of the features. There's a credentials area because this is an authentication demo. There is authentication and credentials for username and password. In my implementation of this project, I only require on my service authenticated and authorized users for post, put, and delete. So basically anybody can get the entire collection or get a single entity. It does not check for authentication, authorization on the service for get or get one. You may choose to do differently in your own Web API application. In this demo, it only checks for post, put, and delete. So without further ado, I'm going to attempt to post something without authenticating to the service. So I'm going to post something. We'll say Luke Skywalker, and I'm going to post that name. Immediately, I get an HTTP response with an unauthorized detail information, response information. And if I try to do the put example, I'm also unauthorized. Same thing for delete. Now let's go ahead and register on the service. So I'm going to put in my name and create a password, and I'm going to go ahead and click on register. It gives me feedback from my registration controller on the service to the client caller in the response that registration was successful. So there is now a user called Kathleen already existed and registered on the service. So I am going to go ahead and try these CRUD operations. First, I'm going to try post. I get a successful message. And then I'm going to try put. It's successful. I'm going to go ahead and try delete. It's successful. Okay, That's great. I'm gonna goof up my password here. So I've got a username there and incorrect password. I'm gonna go ahead and try the post. Oh, unauthorized. So the service not only checks the username, but it also checks the passwords. And it uses PBKD as well, cryptology, to do some work to figure out if what I'm sending for the username and password matches what is in the data store. So as you can see, it rejects, based on unauthorized users, the ability to do certain operations. And as you'll learn from my article, there's a simple attribute that you can put on the method called authorize. And basically, it makes sure that the user is authorized before it accesses it. And how does it know it's authorized? Well, there's a bunch of work on an authentication handler that takes place in the project. So I think this is a great opportunity for anybody to fork or clone from GitHub and to play around and use on their own project and implementation. You can definitely go ahead and grow from this. And without further ado, I hope you've enjoyed my short demo and have a wonderful day.